This may not be the first video that's gone out in the new year, but I definitely know this one will be going out in the new year because it's New Year's Eve today. Just out on a little local stream. Had a few Dace and Roach out of here before, so I want to sort of have a go at seeing if I can get a few more. I'm going to fish a small little stick float. We've just got some maggots, got some bread. The maggots are like left over from about a month ago. There's still a few just about alive and kicking. So get them used up, see what we can get on the bread. I've been setting up a couple of friendly swans have just moved into the swim, so we might have to see if we can shift them out the way or move down, see if they'll disappear of their own accord. So I guess it's a place where people lob bread off the bridge for them. When it was out, the river's really high and flooded compared to when I was last year. It's really it's not that, it's coloured, but not actually that bad. I can see the sort of the paler bits at the bottom in some places. That's something. Blanked yesterday, I was out fishing a river, fishing a spot on the River Bean that I've never tried before. I think it might be fish there because there were a few floats decorating the trees, but I didn't get anything. Did about 4 hours and didn't have a bite, so that was a little bit frustrating. Probably my own jinx myself by saying I can normally winkle out a fish if they're there. So last week or like whenever that video went out. So anyway, that's enough of my waffling on. Hopefully I'll get a few fish for you. Oh, we're in. Oh, came off. Don't believe it. That's frustrating. Ah, we're on. We're in. We are in. Come on. There you go, guys. Target species achieved. We've caught a dace, and it's not very often I go out and target a fish and actually get what I'm going for. It's not a whopper, but he's absolutely lovely. Come on. Oh, what's it gone over there for? Well, there you go, guys. Nice little chub there. I don't know if the footage of that's come out, but I've got rather wet feet now. I thought I was standing on hard mud, but it started to sink and it dived straight into the reeds, and that's a bit of the danger of long trotting, but a lovely chub nonetheless. There we go, a tiny little roach. That was just in this sort of like slack eddy here. So I'll have another couple of casts, see if there's anything bigger down there. Oh. Well, guys, there we go. Lovely brown trout there. Not a massive one, but a really nice fish. I think these have become the budget angler's new perch. Used to be I couldn't go anywhere without getting perch, and now it seems to be plagued by trout. And this is another one of those places where someone told me they haven't caught a trout out of here for years and years, and it was definitely a good place for dace. So there you go. Such is life, but I'm not complaining. He was really good fun. Just before the light totally fades, guys, I just want to give you a bit of a kind of like a tip, really, that I've just something I've picked up. It's not, I don't know whether I mean, it's just common sense, I suppose, but it might be something you think about. Apologies for the camera shaking. This phone doesn't have any image stabilization, so it's a little bit jerky. But what I want to say is just, obviously, you've got the width of the river, and then if you imagine a section through that, the bed of the river would here anyway, because I've sort of, you can see it's quite a V shape, and so you've got a much deeper bit running kind of down the middle here, and then it cuts into that side there and then back out again, and it's shallower here, and then there's quite a shallow stretch here to where I'm standing. And so what you've got there effectively is sort of 3 runs. So you've got a shallow run, a deeper run, and then another shallow one on the inside of the bend. So what you can do with a stick float is just slide it up and down the line to adjust the depth, and then that way you can sort of, you know, cover the whole width of the river without having to you know, you're not going to miss anything, because at the moment it's very cold, so the fish are probably going to be quite near the bottom. So obviously, you know, you'll get the feel for how deep it is, because obviously once you start touching the bottom, the float will jerk and hold back. So yeah, so I mean, you know, so you just slide it up, fish it shallow, and then if you can mend the line, you can fish that deep run right the way round, and then you can just fish the shallow runs and some of the little eddies as well, sort of there. There's like a little back eddy there, that's quite shallow there, but it might be the sort of place there'd be fish. And you know, if you're not bothered about what you're catching and you're just having a bit of fun, then that'd be the sort of place where you get little shoals and minnows and stuff, where bait and whatnot accumulates and natural food. So it's just a couple of little pointers there, just before it gets too dark. Yes, another little dace there. I don't know if that's got a bit of roach in him. He's got sort of quite orangey fins for a dace, but he's quite a fat little thing. Lovely little fish. Oh, I think it's a chub. Trout, of course. Well, there you go, guys. What a beautiful trout there. That's probably the one of the biggest ones I've caught. Lovely little thing. Went absolutely mad in the float. It was just in that overhanging brambles over there. The last time I was on this spot, I had a couple of nice dace. So there you go, a bit of a surprise, but very welcome on a very cold day. Another trout there, guys. A little bit fatter than the last one, but very brown. This one's much more brown than the other two. The other two were really kind of bluey and silvery. They almost looked a bit rainbow trout-like. But yeah, this one's definitely brown. I mean, these fins are so sort of yellow, and you know, I mean, look at that. They're just fantastic. They're beautiful fish, aren't they? I've sort of caught so many. I think I'm not really appreciating them enough, but they are just lovely. Really are stunning little fish. Hey. Well, guys, that weren't a bad little session, although that was frustrating at the end there. This is a couple of days later now, but that bloke who sent his dog in after his ball about 10 times, about 20 foot from where I was fishing, I must admit I copped the ump, and I think he was just totally oblivious, because when I sort of packed up and then started moving off to another swim, I think he kind of cottoned on that he probably should have either at least, said something to me. I know it's a park and everyone's got to share the space and that, but I did find it annoying, and it completely, mucked up that swim, and there was just loads of debris and stuff all going down where the dog had got caught in the reeds, and yeah, so that's the joys of park fishing, I guess. Anyway, so I'm glad I had some fish. I had some really lovely trout there. Admittedly, not the target species, but they are fantastic fish. They really are lively, so I'm really happy with that. Did get the target species. We did get a roach and we did get a dace, or 2 dace, so happy enough with that. And I think I'll definitely be back there, maybe when the rivers sort of calm down a little bit more, and I think maybe I can hopefully sight fish for a few shoals of dace, and there must be some more chub in there as well, so it's well worth a visit. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that as much as I have, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers guys, fish on.